Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations as always to the elect. And I wanted to speak on this situation, this Brooklyn subway train shooting involving this Jake, which we believe this to be a psyop and an indicator of the wrath that is coming, all right, on our people, in particular those who are on the internet preaching, using the platform of the internet to preach, to prophesy, to go into the end of Babylon the Great. Well, what Esau does as psychological operations, all right, and war tactics, all right, as a means to justify an attack, he'll set up a particular person who will be online for years, and you'll, never really see them, but then you'll go to their page and they'll have like 7,000 followers, all right, and this guy in particular, had a YouTube handle by the name of Prophet of Doom, now 888 or something like that. Now, there's a video of him, which we have the clip where he's mocking the Bible. All right. But then as we show you, they're going to say this guy is calling on, Black Jesus to kill Whitey. All right. Amongst other things. So what they can do is use the behavior of someone they set up, okay, in a psychological operation. And yes, your U.S. government, your beloved Barack Obama signed into legislation, okay, during his term. I forget the numbering of it, but ultimately the U.S. government is justified in running, psychological operations on the people, as a means to gauge them, test them, prepare them for coming legislations and, things that are going to be eventually pushed. All right. So we know that they're getting ready to try to establish their New World Order. Okay. So this here, tackles a few birds with one stone. They're going to go at gun control. All right. And ultimately black identity extremist. All right. So-called black people who are on the internet calling on, all right, reading the Bible, using the Bible, calling on, the God to kill all whitey and all of these particular things. And this is the narrative because they are the accuser. Okay. And we've told you Israelites that you have to go through the straight gate to get to the why. We don't just tap dance into the kingdom. We are chosen, and it's a beautiful thing to be called in these latter days, but we were chosen for a very heavy lot within the movie, what we have to go through to get to the kingdom. Now, it's already written that we've overcome the devil. Okay, the wicked one is already overcome. However, we have to go through it. We have, just like in Egypt, we had to go through the point where Pharaoh, came after Israel. Pretty much it was getting ready to be legal to just off us, and these are the times we're coming into where they're going to put a heavy accusation against, all right, Jake. But what the true aim is to stop this word from going out. Okay, so very soon, all right, these videos won't be online. We won't be on the highways. All right, and we'll be preaching this word somewhere in secret. Okay, and, a famine of the word is coming. All right, but, dealing with this situation, this man shooting 10 people, but then it was other numbers. But even within the whole story, he shot the handgun 33 times. We know that is a serious number within Esau's BS on 36th Street. See, the 36, all right, which was a heavy number in ancient Babylon. All right, and then Sunset Park. You see, there's all types of little cryptic, numberings and bullshit surrounding this story. All right. However, it's going to be a narrative used to come against the Israelites. Now let's get the book of Revelation, the 12th chapter, and the 10th verse. It says, "And I heard a loud voice saying, now has come salvation." Now, how does salvation come for us Israelites according to the Holy Scriptures? It has to the fall of Babylon the Great, okay, which ultimately is fulfilled in Esau being the end of the world. All right, the Yahweh Shai is coming to deliver us from our enemies. That is the only way out of this situation, is to go up. Okay, so now has come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our power, in the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down. The accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. Okay, and he's being cast down by this word, but he's going to be fully cast down at the return of Yahweh Shai, which he's coming. Don't let this world think you're crazy for believing in the second coming of Yahweh Shai, but they believe that a boy can become a girl and a girl can become a boy. All right, a boy can become a girl and then put pretty much hormones and organs inside of him so that he can get pregnant. They're cool and believing that, believing in Santa Claus, the bunny rabbit with the eggs. They believe in all this weirdo stuff, but then you believing in the second coming of Yahweh Shai is crazy. So the accuser of our brethren is cast down, and we always show you that this term accuser, okay, the accuser, it means categoreo. You see that? Category. Categoreo. He puts you in a category. And that's what this whole system of Edomite supremacy is based upon, an accusation against the chosen seed of the Most High. It's written within the makeup of the whole beast system. The image of the beast is directly an accusation against the Most High, His Son, the chosen people, and everything. So to accuse before a judge, to make accusation. And why are they going to accuse us? Because we are not teaching to bow to their image and to receive their charagma. To take, we're telling our people, don't take an oath with him. He's not your God. You see, so what is that going to lead to? Like in Daniel, the 3rd chapter, the worship of the image refused. See, at this time, okay, the Assyrians who were running the Babylonian Empire, they Nebuchadnezzar, he called for everybody to bow to this image, but Daniel and a few of the other Jews, all right, which these were Daniel, they were all of the line of David. It was told to Hezekiah by Isaiah, your seed would be eunuchs in Babylon, all right, meaning they would be taken. As the Babylonians sacked the temple, they took, the best of our people, okay, as trophies, but ultimately to learn about the land, to know particular secrets. You see? So Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, these are all a fulfillment of that prophecy. Okay, so as they're in that Babylonian captivity, just as we were, they were faced with bowing to an image. And when they refused to worship it, verse 8 says, wherefore at that time certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews. They accused the Jews, man. See? Just like Haman, when Mordecai, our forefather, didn't bow, you see, of the tribe of Benjamin, he didn't bow to Haman. Haman got mad, and he's mad now. So, within this whole system, you've been labeled, and categorized as a thug, a bug out, a whore, whatever. And now that you're trying to step outside of that category box, okay, They're coming down with great wrath, and I'm going to make an accusation against you. So let's listen to this real quick, because this story is all over the place. All right, this is like a Saturday Night Live skit, not Saturday Night Live. Maybe, one of them old, a different, time with Living Color or something. It's all over the place, man. Watch this. New York subway shooter has been caught.
They got him. The madman who cops say unleashed havoc on a New York subway train was captured today wandering around Manhattan. The NYPD says tips started pouring in after they released a wanted poster for the suspect, Frank James. A civilian spotted him walking down Canal Street in Lower Manhattan.
Look at this shit.
Another witness saw him at this McDonald's. Police responded to the report that the suspect was inside this McDonald's, but when they got here, he was not inside. They did, however...
The whole thing just seems staged. Look at this. Babylon is done, man. Look at this guy. Who the hell is he?
Find him just a few blocks away, and you will not believe what he was doing. Witnesses say the man who allegedly wreaked so much havoc on this city was simply standing right here, charging his phone. Yeah.
So they found the nigga charging his phone. Nigga went to McDonald's, got 8 apple pies, probably 6. That may be in the story later. He had 6 apple pie. He bought 6 apple pies from McDonald's. So this nigga went to McDonald's. He went to charge his phone. Nigga walking around. Left his ID. Had bombs. Like, what is this?
I see the guy. We catch the guy, man.
The arrest at 1:42 p.m. was captured on video by multiple bystanders.
You ought to die. You ought to...
James is 62 years old, a drifter who posts angry videos on YouTube under the moniker Prophet of Truth.
You see that? Under the moniker Prophet of Truth. Now, we say we are the prophets that have the truth. So this is a clear strike. This is a clear, move in the grand scheme of things against the word of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay? Because they can easily lump us with this guy. Easily. That's easy work. Now, Esau knows he can't just come at us like that. So they're going to build a narrative that ultimately they're going to use as a go-ahead, as, a justification to make this a carnal war, because they have to make it carnal. That's the only way Esau can win, is if he makes this carnal. Spiritually, he is being destroyed. So this guy goes on the prophet of doom. But let's keep listening.
I am driving.
A day-by-day timeline is emerging from the video.
Bugged out, man. What is this? And he was there the whole time doing videos.
Diary. Last month, he was living in Milwaukee when he suddenly packed up and drove to Philadelphia.
I'm heading back into the day.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised. This bullshit, man.
Zone, so to speak. It's triggering a lot of negative thoughts, of course.
From Philadelphia, cops say he rented a U-Haul van and drove to New York. That's the van crossing the Verrazano Bridge in Brooklyn the morning of the subway attack. In this exclusive surveillance video obtained by WCBS,
the nigga could barely walk. Nigga limping.
We see a man who looks like Frank James, disguised as a construction worker, walking to the subway.
And he was supposedly on the FBI list. But he's able to do all of this and get out of here, man.
To allegedly carry out the bloody assault. They got him.
Look at this nigga, man. It says, so an FBI asset rents a U-Haul in his own name, drives to New York, drops an ID, shoots a bunch of people without killing anyone, magically picks the one train where all the cameras don't work, and manages to drop the gun, credit card, and key to the truck. Okay, but what is the narrative they're going to run with from this? Okay, this is another tweet. Okay, in his videos, he appears to express support for an extreme black nationalist. Now, let's look up the word nationalist. Let's look up the word nationalist, man. Hold on. Let's go to the etymology online. Let's go to etymology online, and we're going to look up the word nationalist, because you have to look up these words and what are they saying? Black nationalist. You know? Sounds like someone who's supposedly for their nationality, but let's see. Let's see what it means. Give me 1 second here. So yeah, man. Prophet of Doom, huh? Well, you can see Vocab. Vocab was probably there cleaning up the fake blood. It had to be an Israelite, you know, investigating with the fake private mustache on. A weirdo. Hold up, nah. And we're not moved by you, Esau, man, because you got to do what you got to do in order for the move to be made by the Most High. So just come with it. You know, what more can you do to us at this point, man? Come with your narrative. Do what you got to do. Make it uncomfortable for us a little bit so the Heavenly Father can smooth or straighten it out. All right? Nationalist, one devoted to his nation. Because ist is a suffix. Okay? Your nationality is the nation you come from. See, even racist, okay, ultimately in its purest form means one who advocates for his own people. But see, they're able to take these words, okay, and make them into an offense. It's offensive for you to be devoted to your nation. Now, this dude is a complete bug out. All right, he's all over the place. The Heavenly Father ain't dealing with that cat, and we believe Esau set this weirdo up. That's the times we're in. You thought Esau was just gonna let the kingdom just come? Oh, you got it, Jacob. No, he's gonna come with his BS, and he got you all over the place. The bird flu's here. This guy's here. All right, food shortages, inflation. Okay, the alphabet gang, just everywhere you look, they hanging from poles, they jumping out of trees, they ordering sandwiches. They drinking beer. They playing pool. Everywhere you look, them got teaching children. Just freakism everywhere, man. Weirdos everywhere. Death everywhere. But anyway, patriotic. Now, does not Esau, ain't he a patriot? Okay, characterized by attachment or devotion to one's own race. And Yahushua is a nationalist. But he's not black. He's an Israelite nationalist. We don't deal with black. See, when you go to the ist, it's a suffix meaning one who does or makes, also used to indicate adherence to a certain doctrine or custom. Okay? So we're the Israelites. We have our doctrine and customs. Okay? You're a member, all right, of a particular nation. Anyway, let's go back to this guy. Okay, in his videos, and you know what he got going on in his life. Okay, he chili dogging. Anyway, it says in his videos he appears to express support. Oh Lord, we got to get out of here, man. He appears to express support for an extreme black nationalist ideology. See? The Esau's scared. All right? All of you people are scared. Even Jake is scared. Jake is jumped. The devil ain't do nothing to us. It says at certain points, he even expresses a hatred or dislike for black people. Who could that be pinned on? Referring to them as racial slurs. Don't we do that? which we won't repeat here, although you can find some examples at the Daily Beast. At one point, James calls upon Black Jesus to kill all the whiteys. Okay? Oh, Black Jesus, please kill all the whiteys. But then we have a video of him mocking the Bible. Frank James, the person of interest in the Brooklyn mass shooting, posted a photograph of the Dallas BLM shooter who killed 5 cops. So yeah, man, this is madness. See, this is madness, and this is what they coming with. Okay, the Heavenly Father is getting ready to make a move. All right, through his left hand to get things going. All right, he's gonna come down with a great raft. Okay, verse 11 in Revelation 12, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb. So no matter what accusation they came with, you can't lay any charge to the elect. They're covered. They're justified. There's nothing you can do. However, we have to go through the point to be justified. And by the word of their testimony, and we're testifying against him. One with a testimony against someone is very, very dangerous to the sentence being laid out for that person. So, of course, he's going to come after the woman with the testimony. Okay? And that's the nation of Israel, the elect, the remnant. We have the testimony, starting with the servants, the prophets. That's how we overcome this devil, by the blood of Yahweh Shai and by the word of our testimony, which we have. And they love not their lives unto the death. So really what you come at the elect with, we're so hardcore, all right, and rooted, and it ain't by our own flesh, it's by the Spirit, that when you come with these things, we still going to stay faithful. Okay? Because we don't have any victory here. We don't have no stake here. So the lies the people tell on us, what is the use ultimately, fighting back or fighting for something? Look, to death, hey, man, it is what it is. We with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Okay? Because if you understand the true doctrine, you understand there's no such thing as death. And when Yahweh Shai comes back, if you have to go back to the spirit world now, you're going to already be raised up. And the rest of the elect who are on earth are going to be beamed up to meet you in the cloud, in the chariot. That's scriptural. So being rooted in the faith, that you're going to need that to overcome death. What do you think in 2 Maccabees, the 7th chapter, that woman, that lady, our foremother, that beautiful sister, watched her 7 children, I believe, or 4 children get put to death by the Greeks. But the main thing you can see that kept being mentioned in that chapter that enabled them to go through that was the fact that they understood they will be raised back up again into a victory, into a reward. You see? Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. All right? And everything is filling it at the end of this man's reign. Woe to even the fish in the sea are suffering of this man's wrath and wickedness. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. And this ain't talking about the spiritual demon Satan. This is the adversary. This is the devil means deceiver. All right, let's look up the word devil, diablos. All right. It tells you in Revelation, the 2nd chapter, that the devil is going to throw some of you in prison. So it's going to be a damn devil down here with a tail and a referee shirt and a whistle throwing people in prison. All right, diablos. Okay, prone to slander, slanderous, accusing falsely. There you go. That's the devil. That's the accuser of the brethren. False accuser. Okay, metaphorically, a man who by opposing the cause of God may be said to act the part of the devil or to side with him. He whose coming is after the working of Satan. He's a slanderer. He's a liar. Right? And he's coming with propaganda against his word. Now let's listen to this. This is off of GMS Get This Work. Fox News, FBI watch list, black nationalist.
Police have arrested Frank James. This is the guy accused of unleashing hell on a crowded subway yesterday morning, shooting 10 and injuring 23 in a flurry of gunfire and smoke bombs. The shooter called the police on himself as he calmly strolled around the city for
he called the police on himself.
29 hours, even popping into a McDonald's. Just got a number 3. They took him into custody without a fight. Police have not yet released a motive, but here at Primetime, we've been doing some investigating and found some very...
Now, keep in mind, this guy, if you go back a few years ago, was the same guy who was interviewing this so-called Hebrew Israelite guy. As a matter of fact, let's just type in Fox News. Three years ago. See, this is the same guy. Right? When Chief Ephraim and them was out there and they started cursing this, this, because this was a Native American march, and here it is, you have an Edomite come with a MAGA hat, Make America Great Again. Now, if this was a march for the 1948ers and I came with a Hitler mustache and hat, I would be the worst thing going. But this dude was able to come to a Native American march, which we believe that was set up. Who knows? Okay? And Chief Ephraim was out there calling them some child molesting efforts. Okay? Going in. So this is the guy that they interviewed for that. And where is he went? Who's he? They're showing ISUPK, but who does it happen to be? That same guy. He's the same guy reporting on this. Just wanted to bring that to your attention.
Very disturbing videos on his social media pages where he's just spewing black nationalist ideology. Quote,
on his YouTube page, he just spews black nationalist ideology. See that? Why are these social media platforms allowing all of this black nationalist ideology to forward itself? It's leading to people to kill and shoot and harm. Okay? Oh, boy. What about rap music? Why hasn't there been a cry or a call to ban rap music with all of the rappers and all of the people who are being put to death by gang culture and drill music? Why don't that? When are we gonna fight for that to be taken off line? Oh, that's cool. And Edomites love that nigga music, man. They know the songs more than you.
white people and black people, as we call ourselves, should not have any contact with each other. In another video, he said, a factory reset on humanity is needed in order for you to have any thought of having a effing future. There are people, white people in this country, because I'm getting tired of you, and I'm black.
And that's just tacky as hell, you see? But we got to go through it. This is, as the scripture said, all right, because we already know that they're going to link this to us at some point, whether now or later, it's coming. All right, the root cause of these outbreaks is going to be what? The Hebrew Israelites and their ideology, because they can link this somehow to that. Point blank, period. All right. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 7 and 6. There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field and is full of all good things. The kingdom. The entrance thereof is narrow and set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left hand deep water. All right, imagine that, to get to this great city full of good things, you have to go through this narrow place, and it's dangerous. Okay, and it's like it's fire on the right hand and water on the left. If you fall, you through. Okay, you can be burnt or drowned. And the only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small, all right, so that there could only one man go there at once. Woo, that's a narrow way. That's a difficult situation, right? If this city were now given unto a man for an inheritance, and we're heirs to the promise, the land, that's our inheritance, okay? If he shall never pass through the danger set before it, Jacob's trouble, how shall he receive his inheritance? Okay, and I said, it is so, Lord. Then he said unto me, even so also is Israel's portion. You see? So we're at that point. We had to go through this. It was written. Okay, and the person you were fighting with in the womb now controls the world. Okay, the one who ultimately the Heavenly Father used in the story to set up a story where the birthright was yours from the beginning, but the way you got it was controversial, and he's mad about that. Now he controls the world. Now Cain is back with dominion over the earth. What do you think he's going to do with that power? He's going to accuse you. Is not his name rightly Jacob? This thug, this thief, he stole my birthright. He gave me these lentils. They weren't even finished. Crying, hurt. He is hurt. So he's drawn out the sword. Okay, he's drawn out the sword. Give me 1 second here. Oh yeah, accuser of the brethren. The Chaldeans accused the Jews. So we're back in that situation. But here, this is Psalms 37 and 14. It says, the wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow. And it's not just their physical sword. It's their propaganda, their lies, their ability to manipulate the minds of the people. See? But their purpose is to what? Cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. See? And the scriptures say the bloodthirsty, Proverbs 29 and 10, the bloodthirsty hate the upright. When you Israelites start to look at what the Greeks, how they looked at you being able to call yourself a Jew, they were like, no. All right? That was outlawed for you to worship Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. The bloodthirsty hate the upright. See? Proverbs 29 and 27, an unjust man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright in a way is an abomination to the wicked. So good is set against evil, and we're standing for the kingdom to be set up. So they're drawing out the sword, and they having their wicked counsels, their secret counsels. Psalm 64 and 2, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. This is a part of that insurrection. And we're going to have to be numbered amongst the transgressors like Yahushai was. Yahushai was looked at as one of those who were trying to make an uproar in Rome and take down Rome. Okay? He had to be numbered amongst common thieves, and hey, we have to. They're going to be able to link us with a weirdo Louis Gossett Jr. looking nigga. All right? Where did they find this nigga at?
He continued, quote, I am so happy, I have a sense of joy. I've seen a side to human beings, and they need to die. they need to suffer and drop effing dead. He went on to celebrate the confirmation of Judge Ketanji Brown, but the fact that she was married to a white guy made him furious. Quote, yeah, our black sister, Supreme Court Justice, power to the people, is married to an effing white man. I don't believe this bleep.
You see that damn skull on his shirt.
In one video, he can be seen outside screaming at unsuspecting people just walking down the street. Quote,
you heard that? He can be seen screaming at innocent people walking down. Let's rewind that.
Outside screaming at unsuspecting people just walking down the street. Quote, F you.
You hear this, right?
You and your white ass too. You white racist mother effer. You're something less than human today. You shouldn't even exist. You're a crime against effing nature, you Spanish-speaking mother effer.
So this dude's all over the place. If nigga talking all this shit and he stops at McDonald's and gets a number 3 after just shooting up a Subway where the cameras just didn't happen to work, and he left his keys, left his wallet, left his every damn thing.
For years, this freak was letting the world know his deepest, darkest thoughts. And big tech never flagged it. They consider themselves the speech police of what's right and wrong to post. Saying gender is real is considered hate speech online. But kill Whitey is just fine?
You see that? So they're able to play as if they're fighting for a cause. All right, but really, look how they're going up that other way. All right, why are these particular social media platforms allowing this content to stay up? We got to get this content offline. While he's all over the planet Earth bombing, stealing, raping, robbing, murdering, molesting. I cannot wait until Yahweh Bashem Yahushua takes you devils down, man. But you have to throw that, you have to do it. Okay? And it's going to get worse, brothers. Okay? We warned you of these days. We ain't never sat there and told you that this truth was going to be easy. Most people thought waking up to the truth, yeah, there's a beautiful part of it, but then there's a heavy sacrifice. And we have the perfect example in Yahushua. Look what he did.
And of course, this guy, Frank James, has a long rap sheet.
His arrest history in New York is 9 prior arrests, dating from 1992 to 1998.
Yeah, this dude's all over the place. And I'm pretty sure you add those numbers up, you could find something, you know. But this dude is all over the damn place, man. Goodness gracious. And this is the new face of terror, as the brother has here. This is, you know, this is the new face of terror. The year of the turn up.
Those include possession of burglary tools 4 times, criminal sex act, theft of service 2 times. He was arrested on
Criminal Sex Act. You know they're going to come at us with that. IUIC just called us. They said we have a pedophile ring. God damn. They say we molest children and we got a pedophile ring. You're not allowed to do that at IUIC, but we have that. And our own people are going to be the ones to because they're going to blame us. At some point, it's all going to fall on GMS. We're the ones who ultimately make Israel look bad. It's our fault. Just get us out of the way so Esau can allow us to wiggle into the New World Order with our fringes on.
a New Jersey warrant. He also has a criminal tampering. He has 3 arrests in New Jersey. In
Nigga.
1991, 1992, and 2007. They are for trespass, larceny, and disorderly conduct.
That arrest record, combined with the years of twisted videos, how was this guy not on the FBI's radar?
There has been some reports that FBI holdings to date had a tie to Mr. James. I want to be very clear that to date we have found no record of an investigation of Frank R. James by an FBI office before the shooting yesterday. Reports that FBI's New Mexico field office previously investigated him are inaccurate.
The FBI has been busy framing Trump and militia kidnappers, missing dangerous radicals just right under their nose. If you watch the mainstream media, you'd have no idea black nationalists even exist. As soon as the press realizes the attacks don't fit their narrative, they bury the story. Remember the Waukesha massacre, where Darrell Brooks rammed his SUV through a Christmas parade, injuring 62 and killing 6? Brooks also has a lengthy record and shared
Killing 6. 62, 2 6s, and then 6.
plenty of posts on social media calling for violence against white people, saying Hitler was right, and comparing cops to the Klan.
So we'll go back to that. Psalm 64:3, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. And this is what they're doing, but they're doing it in a secret way that they're coming at this word. It's a roundabout way. And they know exactly what they're doing, and we know what they're doing. You see? This is Isaiah 29, because as the scriptures say, they hate him that rebuketh in the gate. Let's get that. This is the book of Amos, chapter 5 and 10. They hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhorred them, or him that speaketh uprightly. That's the prophets, rebuking in the gate and speaking uprightly. Okay, that's what we're set up to do. Verse 15, hate the evil and love the good and establish judgment in the gate. Okay, so what we're saying is offensive to their order, to their whole makeup, what they're all about. They're offended. See? So this is a heavy sacrifice we have, man. Okay, Isaiah 29:20. For the terrible one is brought to naught, and all the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off, that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. So they're laying a snare. All right, the wicked. The wicked. Let's get that in Psalms 119. The wicked have laid a snare for me. Psalms 119:10, the wicked have laid a snare for me, yet I err not from thy precepts. Okay, so they can easily just flip the script and start saying, well, the Hebrew Israelites, and they're going to say black Hebrew Israelites. They don't care what we say. You see, they're laying a snare, yet I err not from thy precepts. Okay, because written in the precepts is our victory. In a righteous way to follow, man. So they're laying a snare for him that reproving a gate, and this is how it goes. Weirdos who just pop up out of nowhere, and they're able to put their face on the screen, and now this is becoming the new face of terrorists, but it's associated with those who are on the internet preaching, who are on social media preaching. See, social media was set up by the left hand, okay, through the Most High. Although when you go into it, Jake was really, wireless internet and a lot of that stuff. Jake, especially them Jakes in West Africa were creating a lot of this stuff. But nonetheless, he used Esau to be at the forefront of it, right? And Esau is using it for a snare to to work his work and work witchcraft, send memes around, misinformation, confuse people, but the Lord hijacked it through the Spirit and set us up. So now Esau's fight back is, okay, you got that. You getting us. Well, what we're gonna do is set up counter, or our own versions, or just take these little, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word. All right, these stories, okay, that ultimately just pop up out of nowhere. We take these and center what you're about around these people. Meanwhile, the Edomite is just around the world running all kind of wicked operations. The Catholic Church is still running. They're killing, they're robbing, they're bombing all over the world, stealing, lying. See, but they're able to use their media to instill something in your mind, and that goes to Psalms 140, right? Psalms 140. Amen. Psalms 140 and 1. Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man, which imagine mischiefs in their heart. Continually are they gathered together for war. This is war. And what did the Lord say? He's going to have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Amalek run the whole setup. They run these news stations. Okay? They have sharpened, and Amalek is the 1948er, the small hat, the one who calls himself the chosen. They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adder's poison is under their lips. Okay? Now, when you look at this word sharpen, this is their propaganda. Okay? It says a primitive root to teach diligently. All right? It says, hold up. To inculate. Now we're going to look up this word inculate. To teach diligently. They instill these ideas in your mind. Okay? They work, and it's witchcraft. And the people are so bugged out that whatever he puts on the news, that's their new worry. That's their new cry. Like, cry. Well, last week it was Ukraine. This week is going to be, we got to get rid of the black nationalists. Okay? The next week is going to be the ones who don't want to take the bird juice, because that's coming. So now they got all types of stuff in the mix. Inculate means to instill by persistent instruction. That's what they do with those TVs. Operation Mockingbird. Can look that up. That's a video I did on Operation Mockingbird. To implant, instill, ingrain. And what do they do that on your mind? They teach diligently. They continuously push these narratives that ultimately is just propaganda. Okay? Sharp sayings. Let's see. To be pierced through. And that's what it's going to lead to, man. It was something a brother brought out at the camp the other day. To litigate. Well, there you go. Shanan, all right? They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. This is the serpent. So they're laying a snare, man, for he that reproveth in the gate. That's what this is all about.
We reached out to the FBI to see if they figured out what his motive was for plowing down innocent civilians. And the FBI referred us to local authorities who haven't gotten back to us. Last April, Noah Green rammed his car into 2 officers at the nation's capital, killing one of the officers. He was a follower of that outspoken anti-Semite Louis Farrakhan.
You heard that? Now, if you asked this guy who is Sim, he wouldn't know what it is. See? And it's really Shim. But anyway, they're talking about against the 1948ers, because that's who really, this is whose image it's protecting at the end of the day. But they do it very subtly. Okay?
And in Louisville, Quintez Brown, who was once honored by Barack Obama and made appearances on MSNBC, was arrested for trying to assassinate a Jewish mayoral candidate, Craig Greenberg. A local BLM chapter bailed him out soon after posting a...
And see, BLM is in the back pocket of Esau Edom that he can use for his... That is an Edomite ran operation. Okay, the Jakes he put at the forefront of it are a bunch of witches and flip-floppers and weirdos. Okay, and the alphabet. Okay, they ain't serious about the Israelites. They were just set up as somebody to throw out there for you to get excited about, as if you got something going on. But who really set that up? Who's behind BLM? Huh? And what is a black life? This is all confusion. This is all an assault on the mind. It's clear, man. This is the devil. This is the new face of terrorists. Look.
100 G's. He supported armed militant groups online and talked about revolutionary communism and black nationalism. And these are far from isolated incidents. Corey Ali Muhammad, David Anderson, and Micah Xavier Johnson all had ties to black nationalism and all murdered many in their cities. The FBI failed to stop any of these people, and the media refuses to cover the story. To them, the only domestic terrorists wear red hats.
That's why I've said I don't really think there are 2 parties in this country anymore. One is a semi-governing party called the Democrats, and the other is a dime store front for a terrorist organization called MAGA. That is the real problem here. It's no longer about lies and disinformation. It's about having our sitting government take an active role in controlling dangerous people who do not believe in democracy anymore.
Political correctness is putting lives in danger. The media is completely ignoring black nationalism. There's only room for white nationalism in their coverage because they need to keep the Democrat base scared and the country divided. The press is just a political chop shop. We know their motivation. But big tech is letting black nationalism spread across the internet.
You heard that? And this is the CEO of ThruTube, 1948er herself.
These CEOs need to answer why. If you can't get banned for posting a funny meme about Hillary, but you don't get knocked off for death threats, who's running your programs on the back end? Black nationalism is a serious threat, and our FBI just keeps dropping the ball. Why? The FBI director needs to answer questions under oath about this. Because the Bureau's priorities are out of whack.
So the FBI is getting ready to turn it up. And we know damn well they're corrupt. So.
And the NYPD released several photos of the suspect this morning, warning residents he should be considered armed and dangerous. Let's get more on the investigation now from ABC senior investigative reporter Aaron Katersky, ABC News contributor and former FBI agent Brad Garrett, and ABC News White House correspondent Mary Alice Parks. Aaron, I want to start with you. What do we know about...
And a lot of these Edomites in the comment boards and people who will believe, they just want to believe it because they're guilty. A lot of these people know this is bullshit. See, but you people are drunk. A lot of you are jabbed up through. No quarrels about yourself, no reasoning. So whatever they put here, a lot of these people just fall for it, but a lot of people are waking up. But see, they're getting ready to do away with the voice of the people who are waking up. They're getting ready to even do away with the voice of their own kind who are online. All right, speaking against them because they're separated.
About the suspect at this point, because there seems to be a lot of focus on his social media posts.
He posted a number of things. What police...
And these dudes always have these social media now. These social medias, these dudes that do this. How ironic. They just have these social medias where you can go and... But that's, and it's all being used. And I'm going to end it in a minute because what else is there to say? We see where this is going.
Have described as irrational rants about all sorts of subjects, including the subway and subway crime and Mayor Eric Adams here in New York City, but also about the war in Ukraine and Vladimir Putin. So authorities aren't sure whether those postings on YouTube amount to anything that could point to motive. They're taking a look at it. They're looking at the possibility that some ideological beliefs played a role. They're also looking to see whether any
ideology, beliefs,
psychiatric issues played a role and might have motivated this shooting.
And Brad, Mayor Eric Adams has been pushing for a larger police presence in the subways. There were no officers at the 36th Street station, but this started on the train itself. As Mike just said, you can't put a cop on every subway car. So what's the solution?
So even if you did, obviously that's unrealistic. How do you control the population coming into the train? You're talking about hundreds of thousands of people a day. You can't set up metal detectors. No one would ever be able to get on the subway. I mean, inherently, places like subways are just vulnerable. There's no really a way around that. Maybe exterior presence of the police at the stations themselves might be some deterrent. And obviously, intelligence, if you have information to be on the lookout for fill-in-the-blank person. But it is a really tricky thing trying to make public transit like bulletproof safe, because it by its nature, as I said before, it's not realistic to be able to do that. So, and I understand people's fear.
The solution is going to be to get us off of the internet. Okay? Psalms 35:11. This is what it's going to lead to. False witnesses did arise up. They laid to charge things that I knew not. So this word is getting ready to be taken off the net. Or this is a move towards that. This is a move towards persecution. This is a move towards the Lord getting ready to make a move, man. So I just wanted to report on that, speak on it a little bit. I mean, I had more, but the Spirit is telling me the point was made. I didn't want to watch the rest of that other video. That other video I was just playing was on ABC News. Social media reveals details. And on his social media, I mean, basically he's just... Wait a minute, let's check this out.
Help them identify the suspect. They found a number of items at the scene. We've seen the image of the bag there on the screen with smoke canisters, commercial fireworks, phantom fireworks. Sent us a statement saying that those were purchased near Racine, Wisconsin. And so they've linked some of these purchases together, Diane, with the eyewitness accounts and some of the images they were able to capture from other subway stations, him going in, perhaps him coming out, and that's how they were able to identify him and also upgrade him to the suspected gunman now.
And Mary Alice...
The nigga left behind some bombs, a wallet. Come on now. What's next? He had a phone number to Farrakhan. He just got off a flip phone with Farrakhan. They found the flip phone. Anyway, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Shalom.